Them at all?
First time, yeah. Goats and 2 million.
Oh, goodness. You gotta know where your legs are, bud. Sorry about your Mustang.
So sad. And like, just when I decided, we're gonna keep him and he just seemed really loyal, I'm gonna put the time in, and I spent about a week with him, and just kind of like a lot of times just sitting in his pasture with him, and
So that's very valuable.
yeah, and I have no idea, no clue.
What happened? You don't know?
So sad. Well, we came out that morning, and it was early, and so we were actually working with him when it happened. We were, we put the lines on him, and we were just line driving him. And as we were he reared up a couple times. Okay, no problem. Walking behind him with the lines, and then he had reared up, and then he had just laid down and refused to get up. So we were like, is he sulking? And the guy Andy here has trained a few Mustangs or whatever, and he's like, I've had a lot of my Mustangs just sit there and sulk and refuse to work or what have you. And I'm like, yeah, but it's definitely unlike him. He's so skittish. It's just really unlike him.
To all of a sudden have mild energy.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just not normal. And I don't know if he went down wrong, tried to get up only one time, and looked like he kind of struggled to get his legs underneath of him. And then literally, I was there with Meg and Mike and the guy Andy, and I'm like, I need to go to bed. And the guys are like, there's nothing wrong with him. He'll get up, Leave him lay there, he'll get up. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Right?
And so I was getting ready to call the vet, and soon enough, it looks like he had a seizure.
Oh, he probably had EPM.
Or something, and then gone.
Wow.
Right, like, in the same 30 seconds. Like, he started running, like, he urinated, and then started running, and then was just gone. It looked like he was seizing.
Wow. Yeah, some reason I just assumed you put him down for some reason. I didn't realize he just flat out died.
He just flat out of nowhere.
Wow.
Just
look at you, handsome.
fine days before, out here playing, and I was in the field with him, and I would give him loves, and then I would run, and he would chase me, and I would scratch him again because he wanted to be scratched. Back and forth, totally active. There was no changes in his demeanor whatsoever, just out of nowhere. And that's why the guys were like, oh, he's fine, he's sulking, because he didn't hurt himself. He wasn't responding to, we moved all his legs, didn't even act like he was in pain. Just literally lay there, looked at us, and was breathing. His respirations were normal.
Huh. That's weird.
So weird. That's why I picked him, freak accident. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly just assumed that you had to put him down for some reason. Hi, I'm not going to take you over to see them. I'm not going to take you over to see them, but you got yourself all worked up, huh? Yes, you did. I'm sorry. Hi. Wait. Now I'm attached to you now. So listen. Let me tell you something. Hey. You have to change this to one that makes a little more sense on your nose. Hey. Listen. That would make you a very dangerous police horse.
Yeah.
Hey. You're okay. Can I talk to you about something? Hey. Talking to you. Hey. Hello. My goodness. So listen, you want to do something? Okay. So you said you probably have a challenge to get his back up right now.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best time to do. Back. There you go. Good. Get their focus. Because like that. I mean, you have to be a good rider to ride a horse that's this intense right now. Excuse you. Hey, hey, hey. Back. Back. There you go. So starting to get his brain a tiny bit. Tell him what to do with his feet. I'm going to have you do all this stuff, but I just want to get his head a little bit. Good. So when a horse, the worst thing you could do is a lot of people just let them run circles around them. They think they're controlling them through circles. But that's the worst thing you could do, because circles they're designed to go in their flight mode in a straight line for miles and miles and miles. They don't have to think about it. So a circle is a straight line on an arc, right? So they're not even really think about it. But get them crossing their feet. Well, they got to know where their feet are. So I get them crossing their feet, and then I also get them backing up, because again, they need to know where their feet are when you ask them to back up. So we're just going to get his attention a little bit here by telling him what to do with his feet. Back. Back. Still talking to you. Back. Hey, hey, hey. Back. Good. Yes. This way. Good. Good. Go this way. Good. Back. Back. Okay. No, bro. Back. Hey. Good. So it's interesting that he's looking for that touch on the head. Like, he asked for it 3 times now, but he's not ready to say, I'm not, I'm over this yet. Good. So let's just say, good. So there was a little thought. Now he's starting to think. Good. Okay. Here. Hey, back. Back. There was no thought there. Still no thought. There was a little. No thought. Oops, sorry. Sorry, your nose was in the way. I'm going for your shoulder. There you go. There you go. Good boy. So let's just say hypothetically this mounting block has him scared, okay? Now, anytime a horse is afraid of something, the last thing you want to do is have that at their tail. So that's another mistake people make, is they lead the horse up to it, then they turn and walk away. Now that thing that they're terrified of is going to grow legs and chase them. So say he's afraid of this, which, I would zigzag him. To me. Pay attention to me. Hey. Come on, we gotta get you thinking. Gotta get you thinking a little bit. Yep, okay, so now we're gonna talk so again, crossing feet. I need his hind feet to cross. Hey, don't get on top of me. Front feet. Hind feet. Front feet. Hind feet. Front feet. Hind feet. Front feet. Hind feet. Still talking to you. Front feet. Hind feet. Front feet. Hind feet. Goodness gracious. Look, they're fine. You don't know what a goat is, do you? Huh? You just really having trouble with a goat. Huh? Well, this is good to see here in case you ever take him on a camping trip where there's cows and other critters that he doesn't recognize. Back, back. Talking to you. Back. You're not done. You're not done. Just because you think you're done looking at that. Back. There. Good. You're okay. You're okay. They're not gonna get you. Well, since we did front feet, hind feet, let's see if we can do some sideways. Nope, nope, listen. Listen. Don't go forward. Listen. Nope, nope. Nope. Yep, can't go forward, can't go back. What can you do? There you go. My goodness. No, you actually tied it right. Sideways. Nope. Nope. Listen. Listen. You know why the bugs are biting you now? Because you're sweaty. Hey, hey. Don't. Listen. No, you can't get love for that. Back. I'll give it to you in a second. Back one more step. One more step. Back. Back. All right. Wait. Stop. Goodness gracious. Hey, listen. There. There. Gotcha. Back. 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 Don't quit me. Don't quit me. Back. Back. There. You're beautiful. Here. It's far enough. Far enough. Back. 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 Still talking to you. Back. Good. Good. Front legs. Talking to you. Talking to you. Listen to me. You're gonna get that in the nose if you don't put your nose the right way. Hey. Hey, still talking to you. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Forward. Good man. Don't go forward. Back up. Back up that one step, please. Good. You want to learn how to do something, huh? Because you just really can't get your head. So, do you want to figure out how to manage this? Okay, because
that's beneficial because I'm going to be bringing him out.
yeah, I mean, eventually he'll just be like, that's old news.
Right, especially anything that he just can't process.
He really cannot process what the heck that is.
Like, okay, I'll listen to you. I'm here, but I'm not.
Right, so like at least I have his feet still now. At least I have his focus now, but only to a certain degree. So everything here, I'll give them to you. Everything that you want to do when a horse is acting like this is backwards, sideways, not forward. I know you came around, and that's good. So he was really, really hyper. Like right now, he's not really hyper, so you can take down your energy. So let's just say he was running around like he was before. You would actually be more intense than I was when I was forward, because you want to match their energy and then come up 10%. You want to be the biggest thing in the room when they're acting this big, so that way they can go, well, pay attention to you, right? You're right. Good job. Nope. Back up. Back up. Good. Good. Yeah. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to start practicing personal space with them. I think we were already dealing with that. Okay.
It's my biggest struggle.
Because telling him stay there, I'll come to you, is the same amount of love that you can put on him and he can share with you, but it's on your terms. When he says, love me, that's not way too big, right? Especially if you're, if you're ever going to have him around your kids, he's just way too big. I like that he's finally at least just looking and not feeling like he has to have fire in his feet, but we're going to go ahead and ask him to back away, and we're going to try to get a few sideways steps, front feet, and then back feet, and then if we're lucky, we'll get where we can start putting our focus right here and asking for an actual sideways step. That's going to require him to be able to see what you're doing. Good. That's all right. It worked, right? Sometimes the correction has to be as loud as it has to be, as long as that's not how you always do it, right? Okay. So go ahead and ask his front feet to turn towards the track. So you're going to, change hands. Good. Yep. Okay, so now, the first thing I want you to do is now his energy is nice and quiet. So we're going to come in there with a volume of 2. Okay. Would you say this was a volume of 2? What volume do you think that? Easily at a 4. Yeah, okay. 5. So you want to definitely be like suggestive. Like like you're just going to have more of a suggestion. Then you can start turning it up to where it's a little bit longer. Still with that same lobby feel, like this kind of feel. Then if you have to tap his shoulder, then you're going to want to make sure that it starts to make contact. Then if he doesn't respond to that first lick on his shoulder, then you can turn it to where now you're going to make it a little bit of a faster volume. So start off with as quiet a volume as possible. We want to give him the best deal. Stop the forward. There you go. Good. Good. Now, the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to still keep you out of his space, and I'm going to have you kind of, can you just see, I need to kind of pull your hand up the line, and then you give yourself by just opening your hand. So you can stay further away, because what was happening is you were maintaining just this length of rope, and you were needing to now. When a horse is this big, I don't want anybody under him. Back. 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 No. Back. No. People are gonna go see those little things. Huh? What suddenly changed? Now we're all scared of it again. Oh, now there's more than one. Oh my God. They're multiplying. My goodness, handsome. Makes you wonder, like, how, if he was ever in parades and stuff. How did you do parades?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't a police force prior to them getting him. So, like, they're getting there. Like I told you, they were sending Mike some, like, what do you think of this one? And they're looking at ones in Texas right now.
Yeah, Titan, but he's with a trainer.
Is he?
In Texas, yeah.
So I don't know if he was or...
Yeah, I know that the one thing I learned is that they were trying to get him to understand lunging, and he doesn't. So we'll definitely get to that point.
Okay, yeah.
But then again, what one person considers lunging may not be what I consider lunging anyway.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't understand it and he just kind of like goes blank and just runs around, we don't want that either. We want him to actually be engaged through the whole thing. But we're not going to do that today.
Yeah.
We're just going to try to see if we can't get him to somewhat focus on us while we're very small in his little world right now. Good. That was a slight acknowledgement. Even though he didn't move, he still gave you a slight acknowledgement. So now allow that line to get longer. There you go. Oh, almost. Back. Yep, so don't let him go forward. So everything you're going to do is going to make sure that he stays in that little box that he's standing in, and you don't go get closer to his box, but you don't let him come out of that box, except for to turn. Don't let him go forward. Good. That's cool that he's recognizing that he's not supposed to go forward. She's like, well, then which way do I go? Good. Yeah, no, I'm glad that he's doing that. That's really impressive. Oh, gosh, they make funny noises, too. He's like, all right, I don't know about that. That was a weird noise. He had a moment of, I'm going to go forward. Good. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so again,
Stand in front of him, and we're going to, yep, right there's good. Him out of your space. You don't get any more into his space. I don't want you to get any closer to him, and I don't want him to get any closer to you.
back.
Oh, my goodness, and they make noises, and there's horses moving around now.
Back. Come on, back. I don't want to do this, hon. It's my fault. Now back. How can you? Back up.
And stop. Good. Especially when it's that hard. Now, because of his intensity, I wouldn't say let's go up and love on him, because he's going to climb all over you. So your being quiet is going to be your only way to reward him for having responded. But when they have that hard of a time, you want to make sure that you give them that, either that praise or that big pause. Like, he's not sure what he wants to do here. So go ahead and ask him to take that one step back, because that foot shouldn't have come forward.
Back.
Good boy. Goodness gracious. Okay. No, I'm going to say just so super duper distracted that there's just a part of his innate energy that's saying, I don't know if I should run. I don't know if I should go to it. People moving horses, and those things are making funny noises. Okay, so now we're going to ask him to step that way. Good boy. So you turned it down, but you did start louder than you should have. Yep, good boy. Stop the forward. And that's not grazing, that's just nervousness. Good. Good boy. Yep. Yep, stay in front of him instead of going off to the side of him. You can make that energy go to his shoulder from the length of the rope. Because we want him to, yep, we want him to begin to see. So go ahead and, yep, keep going though. But that was, he was responding. So that's why I was saying yep, like I was saying yep to him. Like, you're right, yep. Good, good, good boy. Now you can pet him as long as that doesn't involve him climbing on top of you. So, we might want to teach him to stand with a command, so that way we can tell him to stand, and then we can go and love on him, so that way he knows. Because as soon as you, he's like, yeah, I'm in there, right? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're beautiful. Okay, go ahead and tell him to step back. Yeah, but no, it was nice because you paused.
Yeah.
And then you went back because you said, "What I'm not happy with how far back you went." So that was nice. You said, "Yes, that's what I'm looking for." And now you're saying, "But I'd like a little bit more from you." Good, and stop. Now, the only other thing I'm going to change is the come on, okay. Because that's more words.
Yeah.
Right?
Keep it
so just back. This way he's not trying to figure out what come on
well,
means.
What's come on? Yeah.
Yeah, right? So
you're not saying that today, you said it the other day.
Right, right.
Okay.
So back is all he has to try to figure out. Okay, go ahead and now tell him to back up that one more step.
Back. Back.
Yep. Mean it?
Back. Back.
Yep.
Back. Back.
Good, and stop. Good. Good. Now I'm glad that you did that, because what you did was you said, you're getting more, so you turned up the volume instead of, and that's exactly what we want to do, especially anytime a horse that's up like this comes in your space. You get as big as you have to protect your space. So instead of panicking, because I think before you used to kind of move around a lot, so instead of panicking and backing up because he's coming at you, that would have resulted in being at the fence. Right? So you said, no, I'm not moving my feet. I'm going to get bigger to make it not pleasant for you to come into my space. So that was very ideal. I like that you did that.
And I'm still trying to, you see me like I'm planting my feet.
Right.
I have such a tendency to go in.
Yeah, and in that case, he would have pushed you back.
Over,
yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can't get him to take a step that way. And there's no words for this, so.
I'll say them in my head, though.
Yep. Good. 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 Yes. Do we break the concentration? Okay. Ask him to move his hind end towards the barn as well. So remember, you have water in your left ear right now. You started at quite right. That was a little louder than necessary. So you always want to give him the best deal. So instead of kind of coming in there, you're just going to subtly go. Because I think you said I had you fooled, what I was doing.
I need to move, what's on me? You're looking at him, what do I do? Why?
Well, or it's like the that girl in school that's like. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I don't have any problem with you. So you kind of want to give his butt the idea that you're going to have a problem with him if he doesn't move it out of the way, right? So I think you ought to move that. All right. Go ahead and ask him to move his hind end. Tip his nose slightly towards you. Good. And the forward, we're going to have to still fix the forward. I'm trying real hard now. Huh. Okay. So try to do the hind end one more step. If you're the lead horse, they don't ever need. If you don't pay attention, hey, by the way, if you don't pay attention, I'm gonna bite you. All right, so we're good, right?
Yep.
You know, right? The lead horse is just gonna say, "I suggest you move your butt, or I'm gonna bite it." Yep, yep, yep. Show him the support now. Yep, yep. Tip his nose slightly again. Stop the forward when it starts. Good. Backing out of your space. If you have to, for your own protection, get out of his way, that's fine. But if you allow him to push you, I would prefer to see you learn to get bigger instead of moving out of his way. My safety is important to me. Then, of course, obviously, you do what you have to do to save yourself. Okay, ask him to back up. Good. See, he's not uncomfortable being all up on top of you.
No,
like, but that should make you uncomfortable that he's that close to you.
Yeah, it's like, and especially when he gets
he was. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna help him out a little bit, and we're gonna hind yield him. I want you to get his hind end to come all the way to me. You're not gonna have any trouble doing it because he wants to face that way. So we're just gonna give him so he doesn't get all riled up again. Good. Good. Because again, what's bothering them at their tail is not fun. Okay. Let's see if we can't get his front end and then his hind end. We're going to do it like front, hind. Where I don't think he's going to go sideways for you just yet, but we'll do front and then quickly from front. So you'll take your point focus. Yep. So it came in at kind of a 3 or 4 just now, and you went off to the side. Stay in front of him. Yep. Stay in front of him. Suggest he go that way with his front end. Yep. Don't move over. But he's not ready to do that with the focus that he has right now. Yep. Stop the forward. Good. And he did the hind after anyway. So, yep, get him out of your space. Be as big as you have to be because he's definitely very big on top of you right now. Good. One more. Yep. Don't close in the gap. One more. So even the wiggle on the rope, let's turn that volume down too. Let's start best deal. Best deal is I'm suggesting you back up. Yep. And then turn it up. Because if you start at a 5, you have less volume to get to, right? Because otherwise you just look like a jerk all the time. Okay, so go ahead and send him front, hind, this way. Stop the forward. Good. Good. That was good because you interrupted. So no, that was perfect because that was the wrong answer is uncomfortable. So you said, no, that's not what I said. But what I want you to do is I want you to always be ready to answer when he goes, well, then what do you want? Because often when you say, that's not what I said, then they look at you.
Like what? Yeah.
If you're not ready to answer that question, then they resolve to being like, okay, then I'm just going to look around again. Okay. But had you been ready to say what I want you to do, it's more likely he would have bit on that. You're getting in there close with your feet. Stop the forward. There you go. Good. And I like how he respected that you said, no, I don't want you coming in my space. Yeah. Yeah, because he's lost focus on you. He's back to wanting to know what's going on over there. It's okay, but you caught yourself.
Talking to him or talking to myself?
Well, there's times that I'll say, talking to you.
Yeah.
And that's usually right before I give them a smack, so that way they're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. But too much chatter, it's hard for them to, especially when you replace the word you want them to respond to with your chatter. So, because what was happening when you were trying to get him, you were just saying "come on" and you were eliminating the word back. So he actually was like, "I don't know what that means."
Back no more.
So he's getting. See, you caught yourself. Good, because that was before you said back. You hadn't said back. You said "come on" first, right? And then you finally caught yourself, but you hadn't said back at all up to that point either. So you were just wiggling the road, right? Not that that doesn't mean back up to him, but we're going to let him still have a word that's attached to it. Yep, good. Go ahead and ask the hind end to move anyway. Don't move the front feet. Good. Good. Okay. We're going to move his hind end back that way again so he can keep his focus. Even though it's not ideal that he's focused that way, it would be more dangerous if we try to keep him facing that way. I forgot to bring my cones. Otherwise, if I had brought my cones, we'd have to give him something to focus on. Yeah. But this is too big. We'll get him to where we can get him over anything. But okay, go ahead and tell him to back up one step. Yep, turn the volume up now. Yep, I just don't want you to start with, there you go. Good, good. Go ahead and tell him to take a step towards the barn with his front feet. Good, hind end. Good, good. Because the first hind end step he did on his own, but the second one you told him. Good.
I felt like it was more effective being further away.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Way more effective. And I don't mean it by their ears, but they hear you better when you're not right here.
And they can see you.
Right, that's, yeah, because they actually don't have good vision. So when you're back here, now they have a chance of actually seeing you as a whole item. But when you're right up under them, they don't see you as well as we think. And I always use the term, they don't hear you. They can't hear what your body's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Hind end him one step towards that truck. Good boy. Okay. So, let me see. I want you to back him up until his girth. Make it a little bit easier for you. Back him up till his girth is at this corner. And then, so his butt comes this way. So I want him literally to now go like this, to then like this. So the goats are talking again. Good, good, good. Nope. Good boy. There you go. Stop the forward when he thinks to go, because he's thinking about going forward. He's like, please tell me I'm doing a good job. Yeah. That's okay. Good, 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 good. Good. Good, good, good. And I'm glad that you went as quiet as you did when he finally started backing up. Yeah, he's getting riled up again. Good. So get his front. You're gonna step out of the way and have him cross in front of you towards the barn because he's getting himself worked up again. And don't get behind him. Yep. So keep him going back and forth that way. Don't let him get around you because then he's gonna plow you over. So go ahead and have his front feet. I want him to look like he's gonna go walk out onto the track.
Hey, stand. Back.
Yeah, but if you watch, he's actually trembling.
See him. Yeah, all over in the front, everywhere.
Yeah.
You got me. What are they doing?
Says, I don't know, but it's got me going again. To the track. So don't let him get around you. You're going to stay keeping him. Get his front feet back towards the barn. Good. Back towards the track. Don't get on the. Keep him in front of you. Back towards the barn. Yep. Here. Let me just. Hey. Stop. Back. 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 Good. Back. 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 Good. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Good. 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 Listen to me. Good. 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 I know. So he's asking, can I stop? I promise I'll try to listen. Good. Good. What's that? Hey. Let's take it forward. Huh? Good. 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 Hey. 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 Good. Get off me. Good. 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 Good.